Hey everybody, story time, story time. Man, I tried. Sometimes you try to think the best, you try to think positive of some people. You might see little things here and there, and no one's perfect. So you try to like kind of see, well, don't wanna jump to conclusions. Let's go ahead and get with it. So at this point, I'm reducing this person from friend to acquaintance. And I hadn't spoken with the person. I'm always like super busy. I have a lot going on. I wish I could just do YouTube, you know, and that's it. And trade, be fun. But I have other things to do, other responsibilities, other commitments. So I haven't spoken to this person in about 2 months. Been kind of, I haven't had time. So then I see the phone call and I say, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and see what's up. Answer the phone call and giving me an update on the situation. I know he's a baby daddy with Becky. Oh yeah, Becky, she's become her baby mama by her kind. Uh-huh. Nothing strange. That's the norm, baby mama. And so he's giving me an update what's going on. And I'm just telling he's like, well, the daughter doesn't want to meet with me or anything. And I just told him, I said, you have to understand this. I don't see why these men can't get it. You cannot have a child, a human being, with feelings. This is your DNA, by the way. You can't have a child around here and 15, 16, whatever years later, you look up and you want to play, hey, it's me. And I'm your dad. You can't do that and expect everything's going to be like, well, hi, nice to meet you. Hi, dad. It doesn't work like that. Number one, you haven't been there. And whoever the mother is, you all have bad blood between you. She is the one feeding the child information. And the things said about you are not going to be so super fantastic. It's just not. I said the fact that you're not there, you cannot counteract it because you're not there. So now you're in this relationship and she's saying, no, thank you. She's saying, give it a couple of years. I was like, wow. And it could be her mother influencing her. But let's try this one more time for the ones in the back. If you're the father and you're not there, I don't know what to expect. You have nothing to counter. You have no leverage. So all she knows is a mother that stayed and took care of her. And that's who you chose now. You should have chose better. So no one's giving you accolades. So all she knows is what her mother is telling her. Hello, surprise. So I said, so maybe you want to, you may have to start Facebook. She doesn't want to FaceTime you. Then Facebook, maybe it's email, whatever you've emailed before. Send her a birthday card. When's the birthday? Doesn't even, how the hell you don't even know your child's birthday? Well, just send the girl a card to know you're thinking about it. At least try something. You're trying to force this relationship. So I'm like, so that's that. But I'm not gonna let you know. Well, it's all no. This you can't do. You haven't been there. Okay. So he goes, yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay my back child support too. I'm like, thank goodness, I yes, go ahead and do that because you don't want what you don't want to do. You don't want to be sitting up here with someone sees as a stereotype. Oh, this black man not paying his child support, and trust me, there are white guys, Hispanic, Mr. Wong going wrong, Hawaiian, anybody, grandmother. That is not specific to one group. That is applicable to all men. All right, so let's go ahead and get that out the way. In case somebody, when a white man don't pay his too, we already know that. So I'm like, so you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be a black man that's a stereotype that's not paying for child support. Okay? You don't want to be that guy. He goes, oh yeah. So I'm trying to give him some pointers, and I said, then once you get that done, maybe try to set up a separate fund, for your daughter. Nothing on that. we moved on to something else. So I'm thinking that he's paying the child support because he's going to pay what's called the arrears. I understand, like the back child support. So I'm thinking he's going to go ahead and pay the arrears in the child support because guess what? That is the right thing to do. You want to be that stand-up guy. You want to be that dad that she didn't have. Okay, you want to be that dad. You want to be a responsible man. You don't want to be a stereotype or a statistic. That's what you don't want to be. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, pay the child support. Yeah, so then he corrects me, and this is where it went kind of wrong. So as I said, pay the child support. Yeah, you want to get that done, and then maybe set up a different fund for your daughter. He says to me, brace yourself. Oh yeah, I gotta pay that child support. Yeah, I got to get that paid. And he's speaking, his tone vehemently, it's very little activated. Okay, I gotta get that paid. He's stressing it. That's a priority. So I'm thinking, okay, good thing. You can pay the arrears on the child support for your daughter and take care of her. And he's like, yeah, that'll go to the mom. So I'm thinking he's doing that because that's the responsible thing to do. Guess what he says to me? He says to me, so I'm saying, that's good for your, pay the child support, for your kid, so you won't be a stereotype or a statistic, not paying child support. He goes, oh yeah, I gotta pay that child support. I'm gonna pay all that back child support. It's gonna be one lump sum. I'm gonna go ahead and go pay that because I gotta pay that child support because that's the only way I can get my passport. And I'm thinking, well, she don't want to meet with you. She sure is not trying to go on a trip with you. He goes, see, I tried to get my passport. Because a friend of his, someone he knows, of course, another black man with an Asian woman, lives in Asia. And he said, man, I ought to come there to live, at least come to visit and check it out. So I got to go to Asia. And I tried to get my passport. But he says to me, if you owe $2,500 or less, you can get a child support with back child support being owed. Again, $2,500 or less. He says if you owe child support in the amount of $2,500 or more, you cannot get a passport. So he says to me, he owes like under 10. Okay, so he owes under 10,000 for child support, but it's above the $2,500. So he says, yeah, I gotta pay that child support. That's the only way to get my passport so I can go to Asia. From then on, he just talking about going to Asia and their passport. Nothing about his daughter. So I'm like, so the only reason you're paying the child support, the arrears on the child support, is so you can get you a passport and go to Asia with your friend, and I guess hook up with some Asian women too. Sad. It's like you gotta be kidding me. And from then on, he stopped speaking about his daughter and talking about getting a passport and planning a trip to Asia and talking about how he's been going online and looking at different things and doing research. No more talk about the daughter. So I'm trying to give you some points. I'm trying to give you some standard of decency that you really don't deserve because you really don't have. And you're making it clear to me that you only want to get that child support paid so you can get a passport to go to Asia. And it just confirms what? People are doing what they want to do. They're doing what they want to do. So ergo, not paying their child support. They're not paying because, let's see, in my opinion, they don't care. If they want to pay it, they would. People doing what they want to do. staying with you, respecting you, loving you, hating you, abandoning you, uh, unaliving you and the child. They're doing what they want to do. So until his friend come up with all of this about coming to Asia, and he got him an Asian woman, all of a sudden now you want to sit up here, get your child support for one reason, not the child, but you want to sit up here and get your child support so you can run to Asia and you can go visit, and you can hardly wait. Oh yeah, I gotta pay the child support, so I don't want to get my passport. At that point, realizing it, yeah, you know what? I really gotta go. I didn't want to talk anymore. That's all you can think about. So that's the main reason of paying the child support, not to support your child. That's your DNA walking around here. Not that it's the right thing to do, the decent thing to do. You don't care about your image as a black man. You wa- you willing to pay the child support just to get a passport so you can go to Asia and check out your homeboy. Maybe get what you want too. Oh, and out. And he went into all details, so I said I gotta go into details. How he's already checked, and he said I can get me a place for X amount of dollars. Wow, going all in. And then I thought about it. I understand the kid. I don't want to have dinner with you. This right here, I mean, is a light bulb on for me. I've been hitting a little dust. That's why some people, as they say, do you in doses. In doses. Can't do you every day. You only want to pay that child support because that's the only way that you can get that passport so you can go and try and trick off some money in Asia. So that tells me you probably could have paid before. You can send something, even if she wasn't on it. I don't care if $50 a month, which ain't nothing. I mean, $100 a month. A letter, shopping money with your friends. You can't pay $100 a week to your child, then you sure as hell don't need to have one. An allowance when you go to the mall. $50 a week to the child. To go, it's not child support for you going with your friends. And be consistent. You can't do that. Speaks volumes. Oh, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. And then I got to thinking, I said, and I thought about it. He really started wanting to get into this child's life thing when he thought he had like he had an injury, had a from the doctor. I thought about that. And true, Dusty, I thought about it. I'm like, I made me think, when did he start thinking about getting back with his child? I said, he started that mess when he went to the doctor and something was wrong when he had, like, they said, oh, we think you might have an issue with your back and gonna do some more x-rays and stuff. And I was like, oh my, you're gonna be bedridden. What the hell you're gonna do? That's when he got the child. I want to get in touch with my daughter. I remember I was like, in true Dusty fashion. So that's when you became concerned. Now you up here flying around doing just fine. You're not really concerned about daughter. Now you want to pay the child support because that's the only way you can get your passport and to go to Asia. Oh yeah, I gotta pay that. That's so I can get my child support, get my passport. So it wasn't about the child until, like I said, he thought he had an injury and was going to be facing something where he would need help. In true Dusty fashion. So on that note, I'm ready to go. It's sad. It's really sad. And you wonder why some of these kids, they get older, don't want anything to do with them. I don't blame you. I understand. Oh, I truly understand. So this, it just showed the true colors. I already sensed the dust, but this really did it. So in closing, as I said before, said again, another example. People doing what? People will do what they want to do. Whether they are there for their child, either they're there because they want to be or they don't want to be. People doing what they want to do. Whether they're not there for their child, whether they respect the baby mama, whether they wife you up, even gives you the option to get married, propose to you, people are doing what they want to do. And I think the sooner we realize it, the better off we'll be. This right here with this person, it's a defining moment for me. Oh, a defining moment. I've been giving you to the voicemail for like the past 2 months. Sweetie, you don't have to call me anymore. You and your drama. I thought about that. So, so he's moved to a certified dust in my book, a certified hashtag T dot, that dusty over there. Some of these dudes run around and do you have any kids and they're real quiet. They might be lying. And I thought about it. I'm like, when you meet women, do you tell them you have a kid? And then once he was slow on, because he had a little romance thing, which I was aware of, the girl wasn't checking for him. Why either yes or no? You slow on answering? I'm like, surely you're not lying about your daughter because you're not in her life. And now this. So the only reason he wants to pay the arrears in the child support, unbelievable, is so he can get that passport to go over there and to go to Asia, to go tricking. Dusties bring drama, embarrassment, and trauma. The financial implications. All the child support not paid. It's just too many T dots in the nation. Anyway, thanks for listening. Let me know what you all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Simply Said on YouTube. Thanks for watching.